Hi guys, it's Ninja Paradise. I am making a quick video today because I have a package from Japan! And I wanted to do just a couple plugs in this video. So I'm reading this book with my teacher outside of my class, Botchan, which the Japanese people will certainly know, but the foreigners may not. It's written in 1907, I think, by Natsume Souseki, who also wrote Kokoro, which I've heard is good. I had just heard the name of this book. I had no idea what it's about. I'm still not very far at all because, as you can guess, I mean, not only is it a book, I'm only a third-year student at the collegiate level, so I haven't really read any books, but it's also written over 100 years ago, and it's from a guy's perspective, so there's like old guy language and slang and stuff. So anyway, it's been kind of tough still. And my teacher told me about this book that her colleague wrote. It uses the text from Botchan, but they made it into a manga. And so that is what this package is. My teacher photocopied the first chapter from the book, so I've already read that and I can say that it's really, really helpful. It's kind of like when you're reading Shakespeare and they have all the footnotes at the bottom to explain, like, this word you've never heard of means this, or this word is actually the word for this current concept that we have in English. This is the word that they used to use, that sort of thing. And they also explain some of the grammar. So I'm a third-year student, and I think even a second-year student would be able to do pretty well with this book based on the grammar and the vocabulary that they define. So anyway, let's open the package. Okay! Jajan! Botchan! Manga Botchan. So at the very start, also kind of like a Shakespeare text, they start out with this map, see, with important places that he goes in the text. So they kind of explain that, and then they have all these characters that they introduce. These are all the characters from the book. How to read manga, Japanese onomatopoeia, and then the text starts. So they have this little preface, which is in the book, and then so the manga begins. And actually, at the end of the chapters, I don't think I did this when I was reading chapter 1, but I'm pretty sure they have a passage at the end, and you can use all the vocabulary that you've learned to try and see if you can understand it, and then they probably define anything you don't know. Now, as you can probably guess, based on you know, how small the text is in this book, and then how big the pictures are in this book, it's obviously very abridged, very condensed. You'll still get the idea of the story, and I think this is gonna work out great for me to read both of them at the same time, because there were some things that I didn't understand in the first chapter that were really helpful to read about in this book. So anyway, this company, Learning Through Literature, this is my first book from them, but I would guess that this is a really great company to look into. So my other plug of this video is cdjapan.com, which is where I bought this manga through. I look like a superhero. They sell lots of books, lots of CDs. They have a whole section for learning for foreigners, which is where I found this book, but they have actual Japanese books. Everything on this site is made in Japan, and it's at Japanese prices, which is great because, as you can see, this book, if it were in Japan, would have cost about $5.70, but since it was at Kinokuniya, it costs almost $10, just because of the import fees. So what you can do on CD Japan is that you can order at the regular Japanese prices, and then as long as you're willing to wait, you can pay for really cheap shipping. I mean, it could take eons to get to you, but as long as you're willing to wait, then you don't have to pay a lot for shipping. This book, it says on the back, was $20. I don't remember if that was the case or not. I feel like it might have been more in the teens range. And it got here within a week, and I think I paid $10 or $15 for shipping, so it ended up coming out to $30 or $35, I think. So, since I'm already reading the book and since I'm already past the chapter that I read in this manga, I wanted to get it faster, but the other shipping methods were even cheaper than that. I think you could get it even for like $5 as long as you're willing to wait. So I would really recommend that website if you're looking for authentic Japanese materials, whatever they may be. So that is all for today. Let me know if you look at CD Japan or if you've used their website before and what your experience was. Also, let me know if you have read Botchan or if you're thinking about reading it, or if you want to know more about it. I'm happy to share with you a little about the plot. And then let me know what your book reading experience is in Japanese. Have you just read manga? Have you read books before? What kind of authors do you like? This is my first book that I'm reading, so I'm curious for your recommendations. So anyway, that is all for me. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!